Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of our Survival Minecraft series. Hey guys, future Dunzo here. Just kind of a heads up, I didn't realize that my audio filters weren't, calibrated properly when I had to reinstall my recording software. So the first 8 to 9 minutes of this video is just a little wonky, and I apologize for that. We did get it solved though, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the episode. And again, I apologize in the future from the past about the audio. Yeah, enjoy. This is episode 10. Yeah, we're finally hitting the 10th episode. And I know in the last episode I said that I was going to do yellow and white stained glass. However, when I tested that out in a creative world, I did not like how it looked at all. So we are going to have to do green. And I have decided that I don't want stone stairs up here because I do want this to feel different than our initial viewpoint. So I'm going to actually do spruce for this, but we will incorporate some of the stone bricks down here, but I want it to mostly be wood. However, knowing that we're going to need green stained glass, we're going to need a desert so we can get some cactus and try and get a little mini cactus farm going just so we can have kind of an unlimited supply of green dye. And with that, just so we're not having to make this episode super long, although I don't really mind doing the whole exploring thing, mostly what's around us is jungle and savanna. And that's just even trying to find this spot. It's mostly just jungle and savanna near us. So I think I may end up having to grab the world seed. And I'm only saying this because I mentioned in one of my earlier episodes that I didn't really want to do that. And for the most part, I really still don't. But I also don't want to be mindlessly wandering. As much as I don't mind doing it and I actually really like the exploration aspect of Minecraft, I really do want to get this done this episode. And I don't I don't feel like spending 6+ hours. I've always been really upfront with the amount of time that I spend on something, and I want it to be something that even you guys can be able to do, right? Without having to spend almost a week of doing it, because not every Minecraft seed is the same. And ours just so happens to be mostly jungle and savanna. So what I'm going to do is just kind of grab the world seed, and we're going to try and find a desert. So we got our first bits of green glass, which if you don't know, you just gotta pop some cactus in the furnace, and then you to craft it. So apparently I can get 8 glass with 1 green dye, which honestly is a lot better than I thought. I've never used stained glass before, so it's definitely something new to me. However, for this new design that I had an idea for, I'm going to need some spruce, which we may end up having to plant our spruce trees just to be able to have them because I'm thinking we're going to need quite a lot for this design to make this underside, like this bottom floor, feel a little bit more homey, I guess, even though it's not really going to be where we live, something like that. And then right along here, that already looks way better. And then we can go ahead and use the spruce length. We do have to keep this back wall clear for us. So what I'm thinking is this. Because remember, we're going to be digging a little bit further in there. Yeah, this is already looking really good. I'm really liking this. Let's see what it looks like. Mm, I think the spruce trapdoors is going to help this look just a little bit better. Even just being down here, that looks really nice, I think. Yeah, I think with the glass all the way up, having our collection system, which I will have it be triggered when one of these gets triggered. I really want to get our glass in, and our glass is going to come all the way up. And remember, we are going to have a roof up here, so it will have an artificial cap on how high the bamboo can grow. But honestly, this is already looking really nice. I'm already really liking this. I'm thinking rather than using the stone, just so we can have that little bit of greenish gray tint to it, we can add some of the tough blocks down there. But we definitely need more glass. Because we were just going through it really quick. And I'm thinking for right here, we can just have our bubble elevator kind of snug in. We can have a little, another tower right here. Because then we can actually frame the doorway. I'm really glad that I can get 8 stained glass from just one piece of dye. That means that we will be able to spread out the use of our green dye a little bit better. So I really do not want to have the rail cart running all the time though. So kind of what I'm thinking is that it will trigger when one of the observers trigger, and we will be doing an automatic unloading system. So we're going to need a little bit more iron, which also means we're going to need another iron farm, but I might build a little bit more advanced one. You know, that's also like the general theme of the idea that I had is for every chapter, I do want to improve on what we've already done. And since we've already done a decent iron farm setup, I would like to improve on that and make a slightly better one. And there are way better iron farms that you can make, which do use zombies. But honestly, that's not too bad. And I would like to make one that is stackable, so that way we can just kind of add to it. And there's one that I have in mind. It is a little bit bigger, but we're not gonna worry about that this episode. I just kind of want to see what this looks like running into it. Yeah, that that already looks way better. I am liking this so much. I want to add a rooftop though, and I'm kind of thinking that we probably should add some light source behind the glass, just so we don't get any unwanteds. Yeah, so you notice how they don't all go at the same time? That's kind of why I don't want to be running the collector all the time, because it's just going to get really annoying hearing the rail cart constantly go for down here. Which, speaking of, I think that should be our next focus. Okay, this has to get made smaller. However, I really do not want to be constantly using this, and I would like to see what it would look like without this kind of being in the way. So I think our next focus is going to be adding in our dropping system, just so just so we can get rid of this and make this actually look nice. But I'm also kind of thinking that we may not end up keeping the tree like that. I might do the pathway pretty smoothly along here. We'll see though. Let's get our water source going. I know that I have one bucket, right? Alright, so I kind of don't want to use that quite yet. Guess I can make a second. I do need the 2 buckets though, because This way we can just make our infinite water source over here. So before we go ahead and drop our water in, we are going to need to finish building this all the way up. And I believe I have enough stone to be able to finish that. So this has to get taken down. And honestly, I'm thinking just to keep things simple, where is my pickaxe? Oh my goodness. Ow. I'm thinking so we can keep with this theme here that we can just go ahead and use the stone. And I'm thinking right here, right? Because this is all going to be closed. So I'm kind of thinking something like this. And then we can go ahead and turn that like that maybe. Maybe not. I don't mind that. However, if that's what we are going to do, I would like to... Yeah, that's not going to work. I would like to bring it down just a little bit more. That does look just a little out of place. So what if we did something like that? Yeah, I just don't like that. I don't like that design. Desperately need to get our way up and down fast because that fall damage is going to be the death of me. What if we have it like right here, right? Because that'll be 1, 2, and then right here is our drop down. And then rather than that, we can go ahead and do something like this. And maybe rather than even doing something like that, we can go ahead and do something like this. Don't think that'll work. But that definitely does. And it kind of obstructs the view from going down a little bit, so I think that's okay. And then what we can do is drop down. Right, so that'll be like this. And then we can actually continue this look on this side. Which that, or maybe because I have this idea of using... Alright, I definitely need to place our bed down. That like that. And then, because this is on the outside, so this will allow the water flow. However, to stop the water flow from coming out, we need to do something like this. And then we also have to have way more spruce trapdoors on this side, or we could just do... let's see. I think that might look just a little weird. What if we did... It's not gonna leave a lot of room though, right? That's only gonna leave us with 1 block. Yeah, that takes up quite a bit of space. I'm not really willing to give up that much space. We could do something like that though. That doesn't look too bad. And then even though we're still only going to have a little bit of space, I think that's going to look a little bit better anyway. But we still got to stop the water from flowing out, so we will have to do this. And even though we're still only going to technically have the 1 block, we can always dig this out and make it look like it's bigger rather than only having the 1 block. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that idea a little bit better. So this is where this is going to get a little bit tricky, but I think we can manipulate it to be like that. I'm already liking that a lot more. That does look a little funky like that, but honestly, I'm okay with it. We're going to need a lot more spruce trapdoors though, because we're not going to use all of this space. We're really just going to be using this, and I'm okay with this really only being like 1 color, at least for now anyway, because this is just the bamboo area. We're not really going to be doing anything else over here except for possibly digging another hole down to bedrock. I need to be smarter about how I do this. And the only other way that I could think of being smarter to do this is we just kind of do this. Yeah, that is way better. So now we just have to do our little drop down platform right here. That can just be easy. Doesn't need to be fancy. So then same thing for this side. That is awesome. I am really pleased with that. We need to fix that up there though. Absolutely perfect. So now we just have to put a roof on this. And I'm honestly kind of thinking that we can, just so we have a little bit more gradient within this area, and we are still going to need that like that though. I like that a lot more. I know it makes it look a little bit more cramped, but it also does add that little extra bit to it that I think it definitely needs. Even though it doesn't really need all that much supports, I think it looks pretty nice. Then just to kind of cover up these top parts, we can go ahead. I am really liking how this is coming along so far. And then my idea for this, since we have this like this, for right here, just to kind of make it seem bigger, we can actually incorporate. So I'm thinking that we can do something like this. It is going to mess it up just a little bit, I think. But if we just did something like that, we should still have a full water stream. Yeah. And maybe we can add a little something here. You know, maybe a mural or, you know, whatever fits. So I did a little bit of work off camera. And it was just because I wasn't feeling the greatest, to be honest. But it wasn't a whole lot. I really just kind of placed down the rails and dug out a little bit of a hole, trying to get an idea for what I wanted our furnace slash storage area to kind of look like, which will also have a few extra things in here. And I figure to have an actual divide between the two rooms, we can have a little step down. And then over on this side, we can have our furnace and chest array. And then back here will be our bamboo collection and distribution area, which I was kind of thinking about how it will be distributed. We may end up needing to have the bamboo go in a circle so that way it can be evenly dispersed. But I know I said I was going to finish this up this episode, but I'm still honestly not really feeling the greatest. But I wanted to give you guys a slightly longer episode since the previous one was pretty short. And in the next episode, we definitely will finish that up, as well as get starting on a suitable living area up top. Underground seems to be our favorite spot, but I definitely don't want to be underground, forever. That's going to mark our third episode in the second chapter next episode. So, I think it's about time. But anyway, I really do hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.